we are delighted to welcome Youth Academy Coach Paul Wavell to our latest interview at the Focus Academy. So Paul, what is your role at your football club and what does a normal day look like for you?
I am currently the lead YDP goalkeeper coach at Watford FC. So I work primarily with the under 13s to under 16 goalkeepers in the academy. And then on the occasion I get to work with the under 18s as well. I'm in 3 to 4 times a week with the goalkeepers on a Tuesday and a Thursday evening, then supporting them on their match days, and if we do a training on the weekend as well. So usually I get to spend about 45 minutes to an hour with them on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and we'll be working on a variety of topics that's specific to goalkeepers and to the individual goalkeeper as well.
That's great. So what made you get into football coaching and then specifically goalkeeping?
I used to play as a goalkeeper. So when I was younger, that was my main position, was a goalkeeper, probably because I wasn't good enough to play out on pitch. And then really just it was a natural progression for me. My coaches that used to coach me, they kind of, as I got older, they invited me in to kind of start helping and assisting on sessions and on camps and things like that. And then I kind of really fell into it, found a real love and a passion for it. And before I knew it, I started to do that on the side of playing. I was coaching on the side, and then soon enough I started coaching full time and pursuing that as my career in the long term.
Perfect. So how have you continued to develop as a coach throughout your time, and who has had the biggest impact on your career so far to date?
I've done what most coaches have had to do, which is go through all of your coaching qualifications from your FA Level 1, Level 2, your Youth Award. While I was at Leyton Orient, I completed my UEFA B outfield, and I'm currently halfway through my UEFA B goalkeeping. I'm a believer in watching, learning, reading as much as I can about coaching, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's reading books, autobiographies, going and observing other coaches. I'm a big believer in continuing my own development by continuously being a learner of the game, so that way I can help any players and goalkeepers that I come across as well. I think I get influenced by any coach really that I come across. I think I'm someone who I'll always pick up, certain parts of a coach, that whether it's from their manner, parts of their philosophy, or some of their ideas and sessions that they use and try. You kind of take the best and from other people, and I wouldn't say there's been a certain individual that's had a big impact on my career, but I think everyone has played a part along the way.
Looking back on your journey so far as a coach, from your experiences, if you had any advice for any younger players, what would it be?
If I was looking back and talking to a younger me, I would say to keep doing as much as I can, because I think there's always more that you can do away from your normal training. Stay focused and just give everything your best and enjoy every moment that you possibly can, and take any opportunity that comes your way, because it's not till further down the line that you realise that maybe you could have done a little bit more then, you could have tried a little bit harder there, maybe you could have done a little bit extra, and to really make the most of the opportunities while they're there and really grasp them by the hand.
What advice would you give to any young coaches or young players that are trying to progress through the game?
Advice to players would be to, like I previously said, is to do as much as you can away from your usual. Spend time over the park. Kids don't go and play enough football outside of their training nowadays. They spend too much time in front of games consoles. It would be to get out, get playing, play for fun, play in the streets, really find a love and a passion for football. And for coaches, it would be find why you love football, why you enjoy coaching, and really make sure that you kind of know why you're doing it, and really stick to that as you go along, and be patient. things happen and things fall into place, and you will progress and you'll get to hopefully the level you want to be. You know, I'm still not at the level that I want to end up at, but things are moving in the right direction for me, and I'm just, you know, enjoying each experience, trying to learn and take on as much as I can, and hopefully that will then take me along the path and get me to my desired goal in the end.
So what have been some of your biggest frustrations whilst you've been working in football?
I think one of the most frustrating things as a coach is when you have a player or a set of players that you know what they're capable of and you know what potential they have, but the thing that always kind of lets them down is just that their application consistently or their attitude. I don't think players are hungry enough, and it can be hard as a coach sometimes to kind of make players want to be hungry. You can make them better technicians, you can help them tactically and physically and things like that, but sometimes I think it's hard, you know, it's either in them or not, and it can be frustrating when you see players that have got lots of ability and lots of potential, but they just don't have that hunger and that desire that will get them to the next level, and that can be quite frustrating as a coach.
And lastly, what do you think some of the most key ingredients are for players and coaches in order for them to achieve success throughout their career?
Some of the key ingredients for young players, whether they're footballers or goalkeepers, I think is they've got to get the basics right and be able to apply the basics consistently, and apply them, you know, in their game craft. But not only that, I'm a firm believer in that, the mindset and having that hunger and the desire and the willingness to work hard in training, out of training, away from training. You know, I think mentality and attitude is a huge part of the game now. There's lots of players and young players that have lots of potential, have the talent, but they don't have the right mindset. So for me, it goes hand in hand. You've got to have the capabilities, the technical level, the tactical understanding, but you've also got to have the correct mindset that goes with it in order to really push on and succeed.